we ended up staying at the Clearwater Marina a little bit longer than planned because the weather was turning very cold, very windy, and we thought it was best to just stay where we were instead of trying to get out and mess with that. So we ended up staying there through Christmas, and it was different. It was a different Christmas. It was unusual. We, Scott made a delicious seafood dinner. It was wonderful, and we spent time together and talked to family, FaceTime with the kids, the grandkids, and so it was nice. It was just quiet.
It was different. I mean, it doesn't have any of the trappings of Christmas.
Right.
Didn't have any tree. We had one little decoration.
That's right.
But we really didn't have any Christmas decorations. We didn't buy any presents.
Nope.
We haven't gotten each other presents for a long time, but nobody else got us presents, right?
Right. But even if they did, we wouldn't have any place to put them. We're not asking for gifts.
We don't need a gift, yeah. But we didn't have traditional anything about Christmas, but yet Christmas is always still just Christmas. It's there no matter.
Yes.
I guess that's the lesson we learned by watching How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Bahu Forest, Dahu Doris, welcome Christmas, Christmas Day.
All kidding aside, it is true. We had a wonderful time, a real nice time spent together.
Yes.
Made a nice dinner, and just had a nice weekend.
Yes, we did. We made the decision to leave Clearwater at 2 in the morning because a couple days earlier we had this phenomenon known as Seiche, where the wind blew all the water out of the bay, and there was literally a 6 to 8 foot tidal difference. There was a time when we really couldn't even hardly get off the boat because the dock was where our eyesight was. So it was just such a huge difference. We didn't want to take a chance that we wouldn't be able to get out or that we would have any trouble running around in the channel. Just as we got outside the Clearwater Channel into the open water, we ran over a crab pot, and the engine made a funny noise like bzzzt, and we went into neutral right away, and luckily we think we cut it, or it came off and it didn't cause us any problems. But obviously we were nervous after that. Well, there were crab pots everywhere. It was just a minefield. So we took turns for 4 hours with our trusty light, just scanning the water and saying crab pot, crab pot, crab pot, crab pot, and changing course.
In dark night.
In the dark of night, no moon. It was pretty harrowing. My arms are gonna be sore, but I got a good bicep workout. But anyway, that was not fun. So thanks a lot, Florida. Crab pots everywhere. Love you. Hate the crab pots.
So yeah, as we're cussing these crab pots, we're thinking, I'm never eating crab again. I hate these things. And then we thought, yeah, but crab cakes are really good, and crab legs are really good, and crab's just really good in general. So maybe we're gonna go have crab at the next restaurant we go to. If we have to put up with that, we're gonna enjoy it. All right, so the next stop is Venice. We had heard of it, had some friends that were there, and said it was a really nice little place. We went to a marina called the Crow's Nest Marina. It's just right, the real short trip off the ocean, and it's a pretty small marina, but we had heard this restaurant and tavern were great, and turned out they really were.
They really were. We had a delicious meal there. It was fantastic. And then there's 2 jetties there, and if you just walk down just a little ways and go out on one of the jetties, the beach there was very quiet. Hardly anybody there. Beautiful shells, beautiful beach. We really enjoyed it. We really do wish we had stayed there at least one more day. We felt like we could have used a little bit more time there.
Yeah, it's got a few docks for some transients. It's right on the ICW, so I think a lot of trawlers and loopers and people like that, it's a great stop off. But they had so many people scheduled on coming in, we just weren't able to stay, so we had to leave and head for Marco Island.
Yep.
So getting to Marco Island, we didn't quite make it in daylight.
Nope.
The sun was just going down. You
Yeah.
can see a beautiful sunset picture I took as we were coming into the the channel.
Yeah, it was about 6:30ish, and so we couldn't find the markers. So we were following a route on Navionics, but we also had it loaded into the chart plotter, and we followed both of those, and we were just really, really eyeing them, and we would pass. We're like, well, there should have been a red marker right there, but it wasn't there. There should be markers right there, not there. So what happened was, we're going along, nice as can be, and all of a sudden, we came to a screeching halt.
Yeah. And we could see the red and the green right way ahead of us there that we were heading
to
for.
the side.
But I don't know what happened to the channel.
We missed it.
Apparently the bottom shifts a lot around here.
Yeah.
And with that hurricane, is it Ian? Yeah,
Yeah.
Ian, things got moved around. So anyway, we're run aground. Long story short, Towboat US comes out and...
Hold on. I called Boat US, and he said, I said, hey, we're aground in the Marco Channel. He goes, I know exactly where you are. This happens all the time. When Ian hit, it moved all the markers. We'll come and get you. So the guy comes out in a towboat that looks like a rib with two motors on the back, and we're thinking, how on earth are you gonna do this? Because we're so much bigger than he is.
Yeah.
So tell him what he did.
Yeah, okay, so anyway, he's pulling and he's pulling and he's pulling, and he could not get us off
We're not
of there.
budging.
He tried to shorten the line and use his propellers to churn up the sand, I guess, to loosen it up to get us off. That didn't work.
Yeah.
And about that time, and you can see where the channel was, because as he's pulling us, there comes boats in and out of the channel back behind him there, so we knew where the channel was. And here comes this, I don't know, kind of a fancy fishing boat.
Yeah, motorboat.
Like 35, 40-foot boat comes cruising by. They even kind of wave or did something, made a gesture to us or whatever. He saw them and knew the guy. He called him on the phone and said, hey, can you come back and send some wakes our way? So the guy turned around and went back and forth behind us, putting a huge wake.
Huge wakes.
Yeah, he had it just at the right speed where he was putting out a big wake, and it lifted him up, then it lifted us up, and he pulled hard. And the guy had to do it 3 or 4 times. Finally lifting us up, it got us off of there.
But we were super nervous because right before the very last one, he told us, this is my last attempt.
Yeah.
So we're thinking, well, what happens after that? What are you
And
going
we were
to do?
at high tide at 2 feet of water. Imagine
Right.
if at low tide we'd have been sitting.
We
like,
would have been
ugh.
sitting on the sand. You'd see our
Disaster.
entire boat.
The side of the
but
boat would have
anyway,
been yeah,
so
bad.
Nelson with Towboat US, we love you. Thank you so much. You did a great job. He went above and beyond. I mean, this guy was
Yeah.
determined.
He worked hard. Yeah.
He worked hard and he did a great job, and he got us off. And he said, hey, where are you guys going to anchor? We told him, we're going to Factory Bay. He goes, all right, follow me.
He led us right to it.
He led us right to it. We got here, we anchored. It was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
No problem after that.
Yep. And so the next morning we get up and we look around, and we're just in this beautiful
Oh, it's
location. A
gorgeous
few
here.
boats, beautiful
Yeah.
condos and homes around, beautiful waters, a great day. And we thought, compared to the night before, what a contrast.
It's totally
Went from a
different.
horrible night to a great day.
Perfect day. So
Yeah.
today was our very first day to take the dinghy off
Yeah.
and go ashore, and we were able to dinghy over to this little sliver of a beach where Rocky could just run crazy and
Yep.
just run to his heart's content. And I think he just had his very best time there for the whole trip, I would say.
Luckily, it was so small that I guess nobody bothered to pay attention to whether dogs were allowed or not, so we just said, heck with it. Well, we'll take him there anyway, and he had a blast.
He did, but we enjoyed our time there, but it was time to move on.
Yep.